Okay, so today we are going to create a mail merge using Microsoft Word. We are first going to create our contact list in Microsoft Access. So go to your Start menu and then click on Microsoft Office and then Microsoft Access. We're going to create a blank database. So create. Okay, so we're also going to open our Word document that contains the information we're going to type into this. So for the first one, ID, we're going to click on ID. We're going to change the data type to text. And then we're going to add our next field, which is also going to be text. We're going to go ahead and rename ID. We want it to say first name. And this one we want to say last name. If we click tab, it'll go to the next one for us. This one's also going to be text. And name it title. Address is going to be text. City. Press tab again. State. Tab. Our zip code is going to be a number. Tour name is a text. Locations text. Capacity is going to be a number. And our start date is going to be a date and time. Okay, now that we have all our fields entered, we're going to go enter in the information. So click in this first cell and we're going to type Thomas, tab, Smith, tab, Mr. And we're going to go ahead and fill in all of his information. Okay, and when you get to date, you have two options. You can either use the calendar that they provide to find the date, or you can type it in manually. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and pause the recording and you guys can finish typing in the rest of the names. Okay, so we have all of our information typed in. Some of the information is cut off because the columns are too narrow. So address, we're going to stretch out the width of the column until we can see all the information. Same with tour name and location. Okay, so those are all good. So we're going to go ahead and save this, save the database as and we're going to name it Toronto Mail Merge. And find a location to save it, preferably in your student data file. Okay, and go ahead and close Microsoft Access and the Word document containing the names of the people you're going to enter. And go ahead and open the mail merge text. So this, where it says insert date, we are going to go to insert date and time. And we want this one right here that has the month, day, and then year. and we're going to click Update Automatically. Okay, and we don't want it italicized or underlined, so click off of both of those. Click Enter. And down here at the bottom, we're going to do the same thing. This is your first and last name. Okay, and we are going to unitalicize and ununderline. Okay, so we're going to start the mail merge process. So go to the Mailings tab, click on the Start Mail Merge, Step-by-Step Mail Merge Wizard. We're working on a letter. And click on the Next. We want to use the current document. Next. We are going to use an existing list because we already created one. So we're going to go to Browse and find the list that you just created. And we want to use all 4 of the ones that are listed here. So click OK. Next. Okay, so all of the things that are all of the text that's in bold is what we want to insert for our mail merge. So the address block, so click Insert Formatted Address. Okay, we are fine with the default. This is what we want it to look like. If you click the next arrow, it'll show you what the address block will look like for each contact that we entered in Access. Okay, so click OK. Okay, so we are going to erase the text address block because that does not do anything, and if we leave it, then it'll insert the address block and it will have address block to the right of our text, and we don't want that. Okay, so greeting line. Go ahead and insert the greeting line. We are fine with the majority of the default. The one thing we are going to change is we're going to change it from a comma to a colon. And click OK. Same thing. Delete the text. Tour name. Okay, for tour name, we are going to go click on More Items, and we want to insert tour name. Make sure there's a space after tour name. Okay, location, we're going to do the same thing. Capacity. Okay, make sure there's a space after it. Start date, click on More Items, Start Date, Insert. Okay, so we're going to insert their title and their last name. Okay, and that's all of our mail merge items that we're going to insert. So we're going to click Next, Preview Your Letters. Okay, so this is what one of the letters is going to look like. Notice that all of the things are bold. We don't want them to be bold. Go back to Previous, write your letter, and we're going to highlight everything. Go to Home and unbold everything. Okay, so next, go click on Next, and this is what one of the letters is going to look like. The body of the letter looks pretty good. Noticed it inserted the contact information and all of the things that we requested in the mail merge. the heading up at the top looks kind of plain, so we're going to change that in a minute. You can view what the different recipients will look like by clicking through up here in the Mail Merge panel. Okay, we're satisfied with this part, so go ahead and click Next. Okay, and we have two choices. We can either print or edit individual letters if we're not satisfied with how one of them looks, or we need something that's a little bit different for one person, but the majority of them we want the basic letter for. So if you ever need to edit just one, there you have that option. We're actually not going to print or edit one of the letters. We're done with this section, so go ahead and close the Mail Merge. What we want to do is we want to make our header stand out a little bit better. So what we're going to do, we're going to highlight this top part. We want to change the font color. We're going to change it to a maroon color. We want to increase the font size, and we're going to change the font style as well. We're going to do the same thing for corporate division. Just because we want it to stand out a little bit more than the address. And let's change font color as well. Okay, and we are going to insert a line break. So, sorry, a horizontal line. Okay, our line is kind of boring, so we're going to change it up. So go ahead and double click on the line. It pops up with the Format Horizontal Line window. We're going to change our height to 3 points. We want to go ahead and change the color as well. We're going to use the same color that we used on the name of our company. And then we want it center. So click OK. Okay. Okay, so we are done with this letter. We're going to go ahead and save it as Toronto Mail Merge and go ahead and upload it.